Gentleman and possibly lady. This is Living Wits. I'm not going to go over everything, but this is a deck I've been mulling around in my head because I don't have anything better to think about. And there's a pass out online for Magic Online right now where you can get basically all the cards on the program for a fee for like a couple weeks. So I've got that, and I'm never going to get a better chance to record this deck. I'm not going to go over it. You can look, you can pause. In the sideboard, I have a wish board, so I won't be bringing anything in except for maybe like the Drannith Magistrate, the Barricade, the Inevitable Betrayal, Kitaki, and that's probably it. Everything else is meant to be a wish target. One of the best things I've learned that you can do in Dank Living End is win with Scape Shift, so I have an extra Scape Shift in the sideboard as well. And then in the main board, we're going to try to be like a normal Dank Living End strategy where we can tutor combos to our graveyard or just discard combos to our graveyard with Kiora, Champion of Wits. We can also go get Battle of Wits to the top of our library with Moon Blessed Cleric. And our strategy is largely going to resolve around our opponents making bad plays, keeping bad hands, and running out of time. All right, I'll see you in round number 1. All right, I was paired instantly, and we've actually opened up a pretty strong hand here. Shardless Agent's our best Cascader. We actually have the Leyline in the opening hand I'm going to keep. And we just gotta hope our opponent doesn't do anything. Like, ever. Because right now I don't have anything to put in my graveyard. And unfortunately, Bring to Light can't go get Battle of Wits, but what it can do is it can go get Moon Blessed Cleric, which then if that resolves, can get Battle of Wits on top of our deck. So Bring to Light's not an instant win in this context. All right, there's the Moon Blessed Cleric. Might be winning this game. Nah, that's way... I'm not speaking that soon. That's way too soon. And I'm going to use... Because we have the Leyline, I'm going to use these fetches to go get Surveil lands. To try to just get some more lands. Need to avoid discard here. Each player loses a life and discards a card. Oh no. I'm going to ditch a Bring to Light. Oh, I sack a land too. Oh no. I forgot what Smallpox did. Alright, so this is a game where we have a good chance to win if we can get to 5 lands. However, our opponent started with a Stone Rain. And there's one of our basic planes. That's not a very good draw because we have a card in our deck that can go fetch exactly basic planes. And I opted to go with all fancy versions of cards because why not? I typically don't like that. However, this deck is extra special. Tiny Bones. Okay. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. I guess the third land was good for the Moon Blessed Cleric. I'm going to keep lands in my deck, though. Because I don't want to search. I have the Leyline in play. When you try to search with a... I'll keep that in my hand in case I need to discard it. When you try to search with a Battle of Wits deck, it's a nightmare. So, because I have this Leyline, I'm just not going to search. The screen is so huge and Magic Online is so laggy that I refuse to search unless I need to. Target player discards 2 cards unless they discard an artifact. Well, joke's on you. I have an artifact. And he can cascade. That's actually pretty good because he can cascade into most likely something good if he chooses to cast that later. I actually played against this Tiny Bones card in a draft yesterday, and it beat me pretty good. Like in real life at a Friday Night Magic. Surgical? Okay. Have fun. So the thing with this Moonblessed Cleric is even though it can go get a Battle of Wits to go on top of the deck, this is our opponent's playing a deck that can mill us somewhat consistently. So who knows if we'll ever get it. However, if he mills it, I do have 1 copy of Resurgent Belief in my deck that I can bring to light for. And I can bring to light with any mana because it's a 0 cost. I wonder if our opponent's chatting. Nope, no chat. That's just a totally normal thing to see. So, nothing to see here. Our opponent knows everything in our hand, too. Lands would be good. That's a land. So, that's pretty good. Just tapping lands is going to be a pain. Play the Moonblessed Cleric. Now I have to search my library. Yes. Battle of Wits. That actually worked pretty good. I'm surprised. I didn't come to not put Battle of Wits on top of my deck. So now if I have to discard a card, I'm going to discard, I think, the Triumph. Well, shoot. These are both lands. I guess the Troll has the upside of being a creature in our graveyard. And I need to keep the land, I think. Also, this makes me Thoughtseize proof if he drops a land and Thoughtseizes or something. Oh, Troll goes to graveyard. Importantly, the Battle of Wits is still on top of our deck. So our opponent needs a mill spell right now. Or really just a discard next turn. Yeah. This is a hard win for us from here still. Unless he has nothing, but he hasn't been playing lands. And I don't want to jinx it, but we are ahead on time. I've noticed when I play these huge confusing decks, people go to time. I did try to record 2 rounds of Lutri Cascade. 2 leagues, I mean. And I got some close games, but I didn't win a single game. And so I decided not to upload the videos because nobody, I don't think, wants to watch me go 0-10. Maybe I should have attacked there. Yeah, there was no reason not to attack. Each opponent discards. Okay, well. Still have the Resurgent Belief out of this game. Discard. Each opponent discards 2 cards unless they discard a non-land. Okay, well, it was a good try. Got to discard Battle of Wits. And then, unfortunately, it gets exiled to Tiny Bones. So, all right, we're back to square 0 in this game. This is a horrible matchup because our opponent can really mess with our hand. What we want to play against are like slow decks that don't do anything. Okay, press a start. think I will attack. I missed an attack last turn. That was bad because our opponent is clearly struggling. I think he's got some 3-drops in hand. And we'll see what he does. So what does this do? Level 2, at the beginning of each opponent, okay, if that player has one or fewer cards, they lose 2 life. And then, alright, so it turns into just like a card advantage engine. He should attack with the tiny bones, because if he can hit me twice, that bumps a turn off the clock. And I never get these cards back. They're just exiled. Opponent should be at 10. Not attacking there was pretty bad. Just because I'm playing a ridiculous deck is no excuse to play poorly. So, do I want to press the enemy now? I think I do. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Opponent has to control it. So I'm going to hang on to this for now. That can also target spells. Yeah, it takes some damage here. Kiora is a good draw. Start with Kiora. So I'm losing the ability to cast Press the Enemy, but it's not tremendously important. Of all these cards, which one do I like best? Tiny Bones is a 1/3, so I can't fire it. So the choices here are just keep Glass Dust Hulk and cycle it, or keep Press the Enemy to bounce something. Press the Enemy has upside with other cards in my deck, but not much. Yeah, like not much. I think I'm going to Hulk, looking for a card to draw. All my lands enter untap now. Or no, but all my lands are kind of irrelevant now, so I don't really care if I play it. If I draw a land there and I play it next turn versus this turn. And it's beginning of upkeep, so I'm going to have a hard time getting back to 2 cards. I've exiled a lot of cards this game. And that missed attack is pretty bad right about now. Because the opponent is land screwed. Yeah, he takes out Kiora. He's still attacking, which is right. He should attack. And then I'm going to discard this into exile. That's the wrong color. Cancel. Oh my gosh, clicking the wrong land here has... I could have sworn I clicked green, or I mean blue. All right, blue, cycle, use it. Yep, exiles to Tiny Bones. Teferi's a good one. I think we're going to bounce this. Actually, I'm still going to cast Teferi after attacking. So if I, right now, if I Charlotte's Agent, I kill Tiny Bones and I get back Kiora, which isn't really improving the battlefield. Whereas playing Teferi, I think, is better. And I'm losing on time now because... Not because I'm playing slow, but because Magic Online is just lagging on my computer. Actually, I think I go up a turn. Make that hard to kill. If I plus that now, I just lose to, I lose Teferi to Tiny Bones. This gives me an extra turn with Teferi in play. Maybe more. Well, there goes my artifact. But he must have drawn that for the turn, so he doesn't have land. What does he attack? He attacks Teferi. Okay, so now if I bounce Tiny Bones, he can't attack it for a turn. So I think maybe that's the better play. Because I want to keep attacking him. And I don't want to fetch now because I don't want to reduce the number of triggers this thing takes to end me. You could make an argument thinning my deck would be good. But 5 mana unlocks pretty much every card in my deck if I draw another land anyway. It's not what I wanted. Let's bounce the... Teferi's going to go to 1 after this. So let's bounce... Ooh, I could bounce my own thing. But that doesn't leave me with enough mana to cast it. What should I do here? I could bounce my own Moonblast Cleric. But then I still don't have 5 lands. Let's bounce Tiny Bones. This still takes 5 turns to end me. And I'm actually going to cast Leyline of Anticipation. Actually, no. I'm not. Now I have 2 cards in my hand. He has to draw more discard. And he can't play more discard and Tiny Bones out. Opponent should be at 1, but instead they're at 4. And this also protects me from that trigger. Unless he gets discard. Like I was just talking about. I'm talking in circles because this game's going pretty slow. And I'm losing on time, which I don't enjoy. I like to win on time. Smallpox. Discards a card, sacrifices a creature, and sacrifices a land. Okay. We already have one of those. We don't need another one. Yeah, I clicked it. Magic Online's just been really slow, which is a little bit unfair for me. Okay. Discard a land. Goodbye, Plains. So any of my Cascade spells would be good now. I need to make better use of the X6 key. And that got me back up to... That got me back down to 2 cards, which is a bummer. Alright, there's Mystical Dispute. I can counter anything. I won't be fetching. Opponent has nothing to do. 5 cards in hand. Alright, we avoid the trigger. There's a lounge. I'll play it. Arguably should have kept that, but I do have 2 cards in hand still. And like I said, 5 mana opens up pretty much our whole deck, especially with Leyline in play. Okay. Mishra's Factory. Okay, that's pretty good. He can make that a creature. Gotta counter that. Well, actually, do I? So when it enters play, yeah, so I have to counter that because I'm going to discard if it enters play. And as you can see, my computer and Magic Online are just not able to handle this deck. This is unfortunate because I'm going to, if I play 3 games with this keeps happening, I'm going to lose to time. And I'm not sure what to do about this. Still a lot of live draws in my deck. Pretty sure I F6'd. It shouldn't be asking me for that. That still triggers. I can bounce it with Teferi now. I'm going to go upstairs with Teferi so I can keep him around. There's the 5th land. No, I'm actually not. Alright, what I can do is, with that card, I can go get a cycling mountain. And I'm almost out of Battle of Wits territory. So if he wants to attack me, he can't cast that spell. Why is my clock ticking down? Why does Magic Online have to recalculate the game based on my deck size every time something happens? Like, if they should just take Battle of Wits out of the program if they can't handle it. So far, we've lost probably 2 minutes this game to this nonsense. I don't have any programs open either. I have Magic Online and OBS. Why is it asking me? I hit F6. What is going on? I've spent a whole minute this turn, just the program unable to function. I mean, on the off chance that this works. Okay, so he has a choice between attacking me or playing his discard spell. And actually, because I have all my lands, I'm just going to discard. Oh, it was only discard 1. Shoot. My bad. Oh well. I thought it was discard 2. Moonblast. There we go. Party time. So if he draws a land, we lose because he can pump the Mishra's Factory. Yeah, use the ability. Kind of glad I didn't cycle. You know, confirmation vibes. All right. Battle of Wits. Perhaps I should have gotten Ardent Plea to get back some creatures. Yeah, that was totally wrong. Should have got Ardent Plea. All right, he goes to level 2. I can block now, too. The rack. Alright, does that end me? Yeah, unfortunately that does me in. But, oh, nice. He didn't get rid of the Moonblast Cleric. He needs to play a land right now. Okay, cool. Oh, never mind, I lose. Actually, no, this does 4. And then we attack for lethal. So I didn't have a Battle of Wits win. Alright. What a fun, easy game. Let's see. I don't want to bring in anything. Like I said, this is mostly a wish board. So we're sending it back. Okay, we got to play fast here. We got to hope the opponent mulligans and then concedes. All right, good hand. We have Battle of Wits. Keep. And we also have black mana for Demonic Dread. So we might not even need to Battle Blitz. This is just a normal living end hand. So actually what I'm going to do is play out this game like it's a living end game. I don't know if our opponent put together that we're a Graveyard Recursion deck. It probably just looks like we're a weird Battle of Wits deck that didn't draw anything to do for 2 mana. So hopefully they didn't bring in their Graveyard Hate and we can get an easy, quick win here. The rack does nothing yet. I'm going to try to keep my cards in hand fairly high. Pay 2 life, pass the turn. The opponent showed us Surgical Extraction, but that card's not very good against us. I'm not dependent on any one combo to win any given game. Contaminated ground. Okay. Oops. Well, that was a mistake, but I can still cycle. And we need a swamp anywhere for Demonic Dread, so that's not the end of the world. So what I'm going to do now is get Polluted Delta for a blue-red land for Steam Vents. That's really good, too. Alright. Did I miss that Leyline of Anticipation, or did we draw it? I think I would have used it. So I took an unnecessary damage last turn. Let's hope that doesn't matter. Opponent got us good. Mind Wrench. Unless I discard an artifact. Alright. Oh, let's Olifant. Are there any artifact mountains I could be getting to prevent this? Because I might as well play it, if there are. What do I need? I can get the tap land. I'll just go get a Sacred Boundary. I don't know. And then the Delta. I'll just discard the Leyline. Target player discards 2 low. Okay, that can resolve. Discard 2 cards, Leyline, Battle. And what did I say? Steam Vents? There's the steamy vent. Yes, I would like to pay 2. Ouch. Cycle. Oh, and there's a superfluous cascade spell too. Nice. Red, whatever. Black. Demonic Dread. Okay. I'm trying to cast them. Oh, I can't target that. Shoot. Well, I can cast Seasoned Pyromancer. Gosh, I messed that up. I forgot I need a target for Demonic Dread. Discard 2. Boom. Bam. I can gain life with Solitude as well. If I need to. Gosh, what a mess up. I played Living Them for like a decade and I totally forgot that Demonic Dread needs a target. Oh, jeez. Okay, hopefully we don't have a opponent with the Thought Seize. Target player discard artifact. Okay. I'm going to discard Solitude and Living End. That way, even if they follow up with a Thought Seize, I still have a Cascade spell. So blue-red. Okay, I'm going to discard Demonic Dread. That's the worst one. And I'll also be able, when this Living End, when I get the Solitude back, I will get, there's a Scion of Draco. That would be castable under normal circumstances. And then we plea. I'm going to get to Solitude something. So I think I probably will, just to gain the life. Unless I hit Resurgent Belief, in which case I can still win because I have a Battle of Wits in my graveyard. However, it will require some luck. So we're on a... We hit Resurgent Belief. Okay. That's very bad. We hit 1 out of 4. There's only 25% chance of that happening. So opponent has to deal some burn to us here. Because the rack, or burn, or discard. Liliana would do it, because then the rack would kill us. Oh, man. That extra damage I took from that swamp at the beginning of the game is so bad now. There's Liliana of the Veil, and he probably knows what to do. Shoot. Sorry, guys. This was a 1 game that I lost. Alright. I don't need to see anymore. Begin sideboarding. Wait. Did I have a win there? No, triggers go on the stack, active player, non-active player. So my trigger would have gone on the stack, and then his would have gone on above it. I would have taken 3 damage with Battle of Wits trigger on the stack. Okay. Submit deck for game 3. I don't know if we're going to get that lucky ever again this league, and I still blew it. I mean, I got lucky and then unlucky, but that's lucky. Keep. I'm going to hang on to the Street Wraith for a minute. Actually, what I think I'll do is Prismatic Vista to go get an island to cast Curator. Shoot. That stinks, because I'm posting this video no matter what. I'm going to discard a Misty. Go get an island. And cycle. I'll cycle again. Bad draw there with that Scion. Misty fetch. I can set up a Scion next turn. I don't think I want to ice his land yet. I'm going to play this a little bit slow. I need to go get a 4-color non-island Triumph. So the Mardu one, I think. And then the Windswept Heath can get a basic forest and cast Scion of Draco. Well, I can get any forest and cast it. And then hopefully we just have a slower game where discards 2 cards, let's say discard an artifact. All right, change of plan, we're discarding Scion. And now I don't need to worry so much about what I fetch. I'm going to go get a green Surveil land. Green-white, I think. Or maybe green-red. I think Commercial District. Yep. Graveyard. Don't have time for Valakut. And I have 2 Valakuts. That wasn't my only one. Leyline of the Guild Pact. That does nothing. Another Surveil here. Just want some action. I want to know where to gold at. Give me the gold. Because to me, it looked like a leprechaun to me. Now you're supposed to be up cooking breakfast. Because that's only in the morning. Probably should have iced one of his lands. All right, I'm going to discard Atraxa. Discard a card. Forgot to cast Ice there. Focused on playing fast. We're pretty much still a Cascade spell away from winning. Let's just go ahead and do this now. Force cycle. Green. I'm going to go get a Hedge Maze. Where is... or a Lush. Sure, Lush sounds fine. And I'm going to get a basic Plains. Actually, no, I'm going to get a Forest, because I still have that card in my deck that can draw a basic Plains. And then in his upkeep, I'm going to ice him. Ice. Ice the swamp. The swamp is iced. Okay, I mean, we have a lot of draws here that are very good. That's not one of them, but we have a lot of them. I'm not even going to waste my time casting this Leyline if I can. Hopeless Nightmare. Okay, I'm going to discard the Breeding Pool. Actually, no, I'm going to discard Leyline. Because I don't ever want to cast it, so might as well just play the lands in case I naturally draw a 5-mana spell. Let's look for some action. Mystical Dispute's not what I want. I could counter something with it, but I can't do that for a turn. And I just want action. I don't want to delay the game. Alright, I'm 6ing. I think I should probably have about 9 minutes left if the clock hadn't messed me up. Gosh, and this is all because of that land tap I did in game 2. Oh my gosh. but multiple mess ups, really. Yep, there's the ground. One of our least important lands. Actually, no, that takes our white mana away, so that's pretty good. There's Solitude. Can't cast it. And I'm going to not play any more lands now. There's the rack. I'm just going to draw up, and unless I have something good, there's 2 racks. Okay, I've got to draw up. So I'm going to take 2 damage from the rack here, the racks, and then if I don't get something really good, I'm just not going to play anything. I have 5 lands in play. Oh, baby. That's a triple. That's 1. Yep, so I lose the life. Now we just 6. They've got to do 6 damage to us, or somehow kill that enchantment. They drew a land for the turn, and we did it. It looks like we've done it. They scry with their Hopeless Nightmare, but it doesn't draw a card. We take 2 damage from the racks, and then we win. So really, it's like I won all 3 games. Just hit 6. All right. 1-0 with the Living Battle of Wits. Round number 2 with Living Wits. And if I've learned anything from the past couple games, is that I have to play very fast. I'm going to keep. Colossal Sky Turtle is actually a very good card, I think. The bounce is underrated, especially in decks with Gifts Ungiven. It's basically like another version of the card Noxious Revival, because it means, like, no matter what, if you gifts for 2 copies of an effect, you're going to get one of them if Sky Turtle's in your pile. Anyone who watched the Dank Living End post Modern Horizons video, so the current modern version of it, if you're not convinced of the power of Sky Turtle, I would say go watch those games. It's also really good. You can just like rebuy Force of Negation at instant speed, or rebuy Subtlety, or even Commandeer, even though I'm not playing Commandeer. This game, I'm just going to lead on Valakut and ship it. This is going to be a slower game, hopefully. Opponent plays a Meticulous Archive, so maybe they're setting up for a slow game as well. Bring to Light, also very good. Good to see in our opener. And I think what I'll do, between the 2 options on turn 3... Ooh, there's an Ardent Plea too, that's nice. That can waste some time. When I say waste time, what I mean is force the opponent... Really what I mean is waste resources. I don't mean slow play. I mean force the opponent to expend resources on things that ultimately are not going to decide the game, but that they still have to use resources on. Colony Garden, okay, opponent looks like they're playing Glimpse of Tomorrow, which we don't have a ton of game against, but I'm going to... So they could Cascade next turn. What I'm not going to do is cast Moonblessed Cleric yet. The choice here is between Hold Up Sky Turtle or... Unfortunately, it's their clock ticking down, not mine. My choice is Hold Up Sky Turtle or Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And I think given what I see and the fact that I don't have a 4th land, I'm going to play this a little slow. I'm going to discard Sky Turtle on this plant token because that just gets rid of it permanently. And then I'm going to Surveil. I need to get a black. I don't think I have a black-green card. Surveil land. All right, so we bounce the sky. We bounce with the Sky Turtle. Just kind of hope that they don't hit. And then if they don't instantly kill us this turn, because there are versions of this deck that can do that. If they don't, then I can reset the board with Ardent Plea. Yeah, so there's that. We can't do anything about that. We just got to hope that they don't get like Karn. Okay, they have Omniscience. So they've probably got to win here. All they need is a Karn. That doesn't do it. Karn wins the game. They are playing the Omniscience version. Okay. Galta, does it have haste? I mean, they could already cast all the creatures from their hand, so Galta doesn't matter that much. Okay, so what do I need to get? I need to get I already have Plains, right? Island Mountain Plains, yeah, so I'm just gonna get Hedge Maze here. Hedge Maze has been such a sick addition. And I'll put that into the graveyard. That's something we can get back. Hopefully we draw a land. We drew land, nice. I'm going to also Surveil with this land. I don't have a mountain yet, or sorry, I don't have a swamp yet, but I won't need it. I don't think there's anything for 5 I want to bring to light for. So I think I will get Archive. Try to bin another creature. That's land number 5. I'll leave it on. It doesn't matter because I'm going to Cascade. Nope. That needs to be blue, white. They can also cast Force of Negation for free. But Galta doesn't necessarily kill us next turn anyway. So there's the Force. I thought they might have one because they started the game by binning a Force of Negation, which I don't think you do in the dark. So we do need a land next turn. They don't have any creatures in their graveyard. They only get 1 draw step here. And interestingly, they didn't fetch with that Misty. Can't be countered. Okay, they get an extra turn. So we're done. Very close game. Super interesting. I want to bring in Drannith Magistrate. I want to take out every other card that I might hit. I have to put in 2 cards. So what I will do is bring in creature cards and graveyards on levers can't enter the battlefield. All right, I'm going to pause the video, do a quick search, and see if Grafdigger's Cage stops that. Well, no, I don't want to bring in Grafdigger's Cage because I might hit it. But, so I guess I'm just going to bring in a 3-mana card and a Betrayal. How many cards do I have to bring in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have to bring in 1 card. And whatever I bring in is guaranteed to screw up my living ends. So if that's the case, I'll just bring back another living end. I didn't think too hard about the sideboard plan. I probably should have played 3 living ends. Yes, I'll keep that. That's a very good hand. That's not a turn 3 unless I draw a black land. But I'm not in the business of mulliganing 3 land 4 spell hands. Especially because if I get to 4 mana, I can press the enemy to bounce a Glimpse of Tomorrow to their hand. So we start with the Hedge Maze, because I have 2 red anyway. Don't need another Hedge Maze. I want a different color. So if I make any revisions to this deck and play it again, I'm definitely going to take out a Living End and play 3. And I can use this Deceiver Exarch to tap down a land. Still just looking for a black land here. Don't need that. If I had a Gut Shot in my sideboard, I could wish for it and kill the plant token, but I don't. And my Dismember is in my deck. Okay, opponent's got all their colors. Oh, they don't have white yet, but close. All right. We are hoping for a black mana off the top. Also, one of our Cascades, or one of our Living Ends wouldn't be bad either. Opponent beats down with the plant. This match is flying by. I like that. There's a Meticulous Archive. So what I am going to do is, on their upkeep, Deceiver Exarch. And with Deceiver Exarch in play, we are live to draw Bring to Light or just draw the Kiki Jiki because we have enough red mana too. Tap, target permanent. Bet they're confused over there. This game's going about as well as you could expect a game with this deck to go. They have 7 cards in hand. A black source would be great here. That's an island. What can I wish for? So I could gift for Grafdigger's Cage. Tormod's Crypt doesn't do anything. I'm going to pause and quickly search what Grafdigger. Okay, after thinking about it for a while, I can't figure out if Grafdigger's Cage shuts off Glimpse. However, I mean, they're trying to glimpse into Omniscience, and then they just cast the creatures. So what I'm going to do is 100% just hold up, press the enemy. And then Living End, it still isn't very good because I don't have any creatures in my graveyard. But I could Demonic Dread. Actually, yeah, this is great. I can press the enemy, cast Demonic Dread. The timing restrictions are ignored. And because of that, I have a 50% chance of hitting Drannith Magistrate. So we see what he gets. There's Glimpse. Pretty sure this works how I want it to. Timing restrictions are ignored when I'm casting a spell with Press the Enemy. Oh, well, never mind, because it has to have 0. All right. At least I got rid of that for a turn. Done. Never mind. I'm a big silly. We are a Kiki Jiki away from just a win here, though. So, Bring to Light would be sick. Opponent's probably going to discard a creature. Oh, but they discard Emrakul, so it just goes away. Jeez, I wish we had an untapped land. I don't want that. That's too slow. I'm going to try to draw out a counterspell. Because I'm not bluffing here. I can put a Grafdigger's Cage into play. And that at least stops them from putting a Traxa into play directly. Or it forces them to counter it, which is what I wanted. This is another deck I tried to record some games with, but they went terribly, so I just deleted it. I didn't win a single round. I like the Elemental kind of mid-range version of Glimpse. I don't like the Casino Royale. I'm just not built for that kind of deck. I like to have a little bit more agency. All right, they shock in a Temple Garden and tap 4 mana for an Ardent Plea. And we just have to hope for a whiff here. This is 6 permanents. Yeah, we can't do anything. There's the Glimpse. Pray for Mojo. Well, unfortunately, we're not dead. They have a 1 with the Multiverse. They need an Omniscience to kill us, like, immediately. Alright, now they have an extra turn. Okay. I've seen enough. Good games. On to round 3. Round number 3, Living Battle of Wits. We're 1-1. I won the die roll. That's huge. I would love to play first. That's a good living end hand. Like, this could just win a game of Modern without being weird. I'm going to start by just playing the Triumph and passing the turn. And then I can just hit F6 here. I know it's 6 now, but when I started playing it was F6, so it'll always be F6 to me. Blooming Marsh, okay. So this is most likely a Yawgmoth, or no, it's a Stitcher Supplier. So opponent is some sort of graveyard combo. We're not well set up to beat graveyard combo. Ripples of Undeath. That's the card advantage black card. I'll play Temple Garden here. I'll pay the 2 and then I'll double cycle. And then hopefully next turn a Living End is enough. If he manages to put more cards in his graveyard, it might not be. Or if he has some sort of Thoughtseize. But we can at least slow the game down, hopefully. And it's very unclear what we're doing. All right. Grist, 6. Well, at least we're going to get rid of... No, we're not. Wow, that's really bad. All right, let's start by cycling the Vantasar. Try to find a force or a subtlety for that. Even though I don't think I want to subtlety away. There's a Riverwinder. Don't need that. Now a force cycle. And I'm just going to get Commercial District. I don't know if that's the right land to get. I don't feel like figuring out. Maybe what I do here is let him build up a little more. Yeah, I think that's actually what I do. Because right now my living end's not enough to win. He's going to get back too many creatures and have Grist in play. So what I would like to do is get 2 more Surveils plus cycle a Riverwinder. Wish isn't bad. I can wish for a Grafdigger's Cage. Or no, I can wish for a Tormod's Crypt next turn. I should have done that. Don't need that. And I can't do anything for 1 mana, so I'm not going to cycle the Riverwinder. So next turn, if I want to, I can wish for the Tormod's Crypt and clear the way for a turn 5 Living End. By not exposing anything, I'm not giving him a whole lot to do. And he appears to be missing a land. Sacrifice a creature, add 2 black, so he can make a lot of mana still. Hopefully he just does nothing. Well, he did something. Geralf's Messenger, okay. I used to play that card in Standard. I played Green-Black Zombies in Innistrad Return to Ravnica Standard. That was my first Standard deck ever. I'll go to his end step here. Do things at the right time. I'm guessing this makes blue. It's got a water in it, yeah. Cycle the Riverwinder. We also could just hit a Battle Blitz. Okay, Gifts Ungiven is just threatening to win. I think that's what I do. And then if somehow it doesn't work... Oh, I'm in my upkeep. There's Valakut. We don't need that. I'll pay 2. Could have taken less damage for that by using Polluted Delta to fetch a basic. But it's only 1 fewer damage. And minimizing our number of searches is actually kind of easier for me. Alright, so we have a Kiki-Jiki win here if our opponent doesn't do anything. Or actually, we would like them to start doing things. I would like them to tap their mana and not end the game. There's a Thoughtseize. Okay, so Thoughtseize changes our plans. Thoughtseize makes me want to get a value pile. So what do I want? I definitely want a Bring to Light. It goes in alphabetical order. That's important to remember. Bring to Light. I'll take an Endurance. No, not Elegant Parlor. No, I'm frozen. All right. Bring to Light. I think Endurance. No, I didn't click that. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Okay, we clicked on Endurance. I need to unclick this Fire Ice. No. What? It shouldn't let me click 2 Fire Ices. Yeah, I gotta put back Fire. I want to put back both of them. Alright. Get rid of that. Okay, oh my gosh. Alright, I've clicked 2 cards that I want. Good. I want a Shardless Agent. So no matter what, I have a Cascade spell. And I want, with my 4th card, I want to get Ardent Plea. But I have to wait. Like, every time I click, I have to wait a minute. Okay. Ardent Plea. There. 4 cards. Endurance is just kind of good value. I could have thought harder about that, but you saw how slow the game was going. I have to do something fast, or else I'm going to run out of time. It took almost 2 minutes. Okay, he gives me Bring to Light. And now he can Thought Seize. But no matter what, I have a Cascade spell left over. And if he leaves me 3 green cards, I can Endurance into... what did he put in my graveyard? He put Shardless Ardent in my graveyard. Okay. He took Bring to Light. Makes sense. He hits me. So I don't think I can keep taking damage, because he can sack this thing to do an extra 2 damage. And hopefully we just draw something sweet. He sacks it. I think he did that a little prematurely. Green card here would be great. Okay, exiles the graveyard. Alright, so that was a good draw from him. Bogart Trawler is a major pain. That also leaves me ended next turn, I believe. So if I draw a green card, I can at least board wipe. There's a Misty. I don't care about that. I'm going to play the Lush. Graveyard, that's pretty good. I'm going to leave up Cast Endurance, block. I'm going to block the Trawler. So this is a pretty slow draw from Yawgmoth. Okay, good. He doesn't use that in a more threatening way. Let him attack. Cast, green, green. Target his graveyard. One thing I could do is wish for that card that gives me hexproof. Block. And then he can't kill me with Yawgmoth, Blood Artist. but he can sack. Yeah, no, he can kill something with Grist. Well, that's not blue. It is going to go to the graveyard. Okay. Not sure what I want to draw here, but I'm eager. If I were to draw Kiki Jiki, I couldn't play it. Kyora's not bad. So what can I do here? I can Valakut. Yeah, okay, here's what I can do. I can Delta. Start by attacking Grist. Just to see if I can get it down for free. Because I have no reason not to attack here, I guess. Because I'm going to go Kiora. Alright, that did nothing, but it was a free attack. Take one. Go get an island. I don't like this. Go get island. Cast Kiora. Hopefully I can draw two big creatures and discard them. Like an Atraxa would be sweet. Alright, discard two cards. Boom. Dispute. I'm not going to have time for that. Blue, green, anything. Go get a living end. Shardless Agent is a lot like a toolbox creature if the only thing in your toolbox is one tool. If you think of it, like if you just carried around a big toolbox but all I had was a hammer, then Shardless Agent would be like a toolbox creature. Get the living end. So our opponent is going to get to Bogart Trawler us. And we have three creatures here. And then if we can just stall the game out a little, pretty close to Escape Shift Wing. However, I shudder at having to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay, yeah, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have enough mountains next turn if we survive and cast Wish. What did he do? What happened? Oh, okay, yeah. He's just putting the Bogart Trawler on stat. Okay, I was worried he'd somehow played one. Okay, this is a win next turn. If we can survive our own pop-up window. The win is we're going to go Valakut, Wish, from our sideboard cast Escape Shift. We have enough green. And then we'll have enough mountains. He can't gain more than 2 life. Or just die to that. I forgot he could do that. Alright. Begin sideboarding. I'm sure everyone else saw that. I didn't see it. I'll be right back. Okay, I don't see a tremendous need to sideboard. So I won't. Our opponent can graveyard hate us. That's fine. And we've drawn a living end. first of the league, hopefully the last. I'll keep, though, on the power of Ent into Endurance, also with a Boseiju for an Agatha's Soul Cauldron. And we do have half of an infinite combo. So I will Tarn. There's no need to be super fast. I'm going to use this Scalding Tarn. I already have a black land. So what do I need? I need green. I'd like to be able to cast this Endurance and Spike Feeder, I guess, and not have to use Boseiju. Because this deck has some obnoxious artifacts. So I'm going to go get green, blue. Yeah, whatever. Whenever, oh my gosh, this thing has a lot of text. There's a scroll bar on this thing. It's a 1-mana creature, WotC. Okay, it's some ridiculous planeswalker on the other side. Like, whatever. I'm sure I'll find out how it kills me as it kills me. I'm going to get a Hedge Maze. Because I can still use this Ent to go get more colors. I'm going to put Sky Turtle into the graveyard. Scion of Draco is pretty good. We can at least cast it and make him kill it with something. Just need a Plains and it's free. Ooh, I'm going to keep that on top. That might be greedy, but I'm going to keep it on top. That's the whole point of the deck. Actually, really, it's more like a Living End deck that just has 4 ridiculous cards in it and is huge. I don't think Battle of Wits is our best win condition. I think our best win condition is still the Living End stuff. If he Thought Seizes me, I'll just eat it. Okay, he hasn't played Soul Cauldron yet. Soul Cauldron is such a beating against Living End. Oh my gosh. When I read that card for the first time, I about threw up. Resist the urge to fetch. All right. Boom, we've drawn the Battle of Wits. I'm going to Force Cycle. And I just need a Plains. What's he doing? Bowmasters? Alright, that doesn't draw a card. So, this doesn't actually... He was going to do it anyway, but this doesn't get us like he wants it to. Or he just knows that and he just wants to do it now. So if I go get a white... If I go get green-white... then I can cast Scion of Draco. The only problem with that is that I don't have double blue for Battle of Wits. But overall, I think I still value casting Scion of Draco. Is that true? Do I have a blue-green-white forest? No. I don't have any 3-color forests that are attached to planes, do I? That's a deck building mistake. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the Lush, play it. That opens up, yeah, there we go, put on top. That opens us up next turn to cast Scion of Draco. We're not drawing any extra cards here, so the Orc isn't going to get too big. If his graveyard becomes ridiculous, I can pitch Endurance this turn. And we just need to Fade Thought Seizes. Opponent is shocking in a Breeding Pool, indicating they have a 3-mana play. Ripples of the... Okay, this is just a card advantage spell. And I can't interrupt it with Endurance because it's all one trigger. And I think I'll actually just play Endurance. What do I want more? Do I want to play Endurance to chump block at flash speed? Or do I want to play Spike Feeder and gain life? I think I want Endurance at flash speed. He gets Grist. So he can get Grist. I kind of wish I had a way to ramp out. So I think actually a mistake I made in deck building was not playing Search for Tomorrow, because that accelerates the game by a turn, which is really good. As you saw the last turn, if we were accelerated by one at the last game, if we were accelerated by a turn, we would have had enough time to win. Same thing in this game. We would have had a Battle on Wits in play by now if, say, one of these cards was instead Search for Tomorrow. So I think that was a deck building mistake. If I do another league of this, I'm going to put Search for Tomorrow in. So for all you at home, Search for Tomorrow is your friend in these decks. There's Unearth. Yeah, I have 2 Endurance now. Cast. Modern Horizon cards takes a lot of skill to play with. You cast them, and then they do everything for you. Unearth fizzles, and he can't except with Grist. I will take that damage. He wants Grist to go to Jesus. So we will not be letting that happen. He could have also attacked with his Orc, I think, for free. Nah, he couldn't. Okay, he's got to pick one of these to go away. Puts one in his graveyard. All right, what does the backside of this thing do? Destroys target artifact or enchantment? Oh, gosh. Four cards in hand. Do we think he has another Persist? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bait him, because I'm baiting, into targeting that. And I'm going to Surveil. So I'm playing this very slow, but he doesn't have a Grist in play yet. So I'm not very close to ending. And then I'm just going to leave these back. Kind of wish I was playing Touch of the Spirit Realm. I thought about playing a more enchantment-heavy version of the deck and playing Touch of the Spirit Realm. More cards to try to put enchantments in my graveyard and then resurrect them with Resurgent Belief. Because I think that's about... I mean, you could turn 4 win with Battle of Wits in a Cascade strategy. So if Grist comes back into play, it comes back with 3 loyalty. It would -2 and probably destroy our Scion of Draco. So that's why I didn't play Battle of Wits last turn. He had 4 cards in hand. He draws up to 5. He can probably trigger Grist if he chooses to. Not that grist. That one I don't care about as much. Well, maybe a goof. And he goes after the Scion of Draco, unfortunately. He still can't really attack. Except with the grist. Yeah, I'd block the grist if he attacked. Okay. There's another Moon Bestie. So now... And the reason I played the land is because we're inching our way closer to Escape Shift win. So now I have 6 in play. I just need one more and then I can win Escape Shift. Opponent is at 12. They might just scoop to this. Rage Scoop would be amazing right now. We have another Battle Blitz in play too. In our hand, I mean. Be nice if we had a Cycler. Drawing a Cycler next turn would be great. He can't use that grist to kill our Endurance, so I'm not even going to attack it. His graveyard is Bowmasters, Geralt's Messenger 6, and Grist. Those are the creatures. Mine is Scion and Sky Turtle. So he has to deal with this Battle Blitz right now, which could include flipping Grist. I should have attacked last turn, actually, and given it to block with Grist. I don't think he would have done it, but I should have done it. Another punt by me, I think. I never really plan on my first game plan winning, so I'm always playing around it. But I think when you're disadvantaged, more often you need to just go for your best plan if nothing bad happens. Playing around stuff is for people with good cards in their deck. And believe me, I've got good cards in my deck, but I have way too many of them. Sorry if that's giving you nausea. Opening the graveyard. Our opponent chatting? Nope, no one likes talking to me. I try my best to entertain my opponents with the decks that I play, but they don't talk to me. Alright, we win. Bet they were not. Actually, I bet they were expecting that if they checked our deck size. And once again, I have to leave everything in. Because... Like, yeah, one copy of Grafter's Cage isn't that powerful. But we have really 8 copies of it between Bring to Light and Wish. Same thing with Tormod's Crypt. Run it back. Going to game 3 here, we've drawn yet another hand with Living End in it, which is incredibly unfortunate. We have the Bring to Light, and we have a Windswept Heath to get one of the 2 red mana we need. I'm going to mulligan. On the draw, we get an extra card, and that is, oh my gosh, that's unfortunate. Well, I should have kept the first hand. Our deck's 35% lands. Alright, there's a keep. I'm going to keep Endurance, and I'm going to put back lands that aren't green. Done. So hopefully this turn 3 endurance can do some work. Forest Island Mountain. Okay. Plays the Bogart to Thoughtseize. No, Stitcher Supplier. Okay. Not the best hits, but he did put 2 creatures in his graveyard. He put Stitcher Supplier, Bogart Trawler. I'll pop the graveyards out. Gonna start on Misty for a commercial district. No, I don't need a commercial district. I can Misty for a I don't want to play that yet. I want to get a red land. I can Misty for a Sulphur Falls, whatever the red-green, or whatever the red-blue one is called. There's so many land cycles now, I can't remember what they're all called. Sulphur Falls is the check land. Then there were the Tango lands. I didn't really like that name. Scry lands. The Donkey lands. The Borderlands. Opponent Bowmaster's main phase. Wonder what that means. Also, we're somehow up on time. They're just a beatdown deck. I guess they also mulliganed. This is Mono Black Stitcher Supplier beatdown. I'm just going to do this now. He can't do anything else. I want the blue-red one, like we already talked about. Not Steam Vents, though. I want Thundering Falls. There's Swiftwater Falls, Sulphur Falls, now Thundering Falls. Guys, water can do something besides fall off of mountain. Although this is a Ravnica-based card, I mean, having a Thundering Falls like in the middle of a city would be kind of cool, I guess. Something to do would be nice. That's not something to do. I'm going to play the tap land and pass the turn. That allows us to play a Painless Endurance next turn. And even if they Thoughtseize us, we're guaranteed to have a play. Another Bowmasters. Okay, our opponent didn't keep a very good hand. He just kept black cards and Bogart Trawlers. So hopefully this Endurance gets him next turn. We take 4. Oh no, I have to play Temple Garden unless I draw a Forest. But I could actually Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do instead. But I'm going to discard 2 lands that don't make green. Not ditching this Endurance. No way. Well, that went really badly, and I also forgot he had Bowmasters. So that was a major my B. I forgot what Bowmasters did there for a split second. And now I'm going to lose because of that unless I draw a Cascade spell. So shout out to me for not being good. A little bit of a bummer. 5, 6, 7, 8. I go to 2. Well, I'm not going to concede yet, but that was terrible. And I have to draw Ardent Plea next turn, or else I can't win the game. Well, I took a winnable game here and totally botched it. Golly. Sorry about that, guys. Opponent finds their 3rd land. It's also black. Before attacking, they sack Stitcher Supplier. The good news is I do have a green land, or I do have a green creature for this endurance now. So if they do something that involves the graveyard here, I could tuck their graveyard, and then I could cast the Scion, chump the army, and preserve some life. Unearth. Yeah, I think I just have to do that. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Golly. My wife's going to leave me if I keep playing like that. Well, if I had a wife. Now Spellbomb, I don't care. Because I'm too dejected. Season Pyro takes 5 mana to do it, so I can't do that. But I can Scion of Draco, chump block, and then if I draw another land, I can Season Pyro, make some more chump blockers, try to get out a win that way. Then I could maybe board wipe with a Cascade spell. Golly, I just made a huge token for no reason. Oh my gosh. Mystical does nothing, so that was a pretty good draw. Oh, that costs 4. Sorry. Well, I was dead anyway. I couldn't pay the 2. All right. On to the final 2 wins. All right, round 4 here with Living Battle of Wits. Punted the last round a little bit, so we got to make up for it here. This is a pretty good opener. We can see if Leyline of Anticipation is worth it. I like Leyline of Anticipation, 1, because it's blue, 2, because we need 136 cards, and 3, because it invalidates the card Force of Negation. Almost entirely. Gonna look for another land here. Just any land is going to the top. That's a land. I'll keep it there. All right. We also have our own Force of Negation, which is very nice. If our opponent goes to cast Faithless Looting, I think I'll force it pitching the Windcaller Aven. Do I force the Mox? No, I don't think I do. All right, we had a pretty good Adam the Pig. It wasn't this player, but I had a pretty good round against Affinity with Dank Living End. I made a bunch of bad plays and then still won. Hopefully this match is just as good. Or we win easily. Like, I'll take a disconnect. There's 3 permanents on turn 1. Okay. Pithing Needle? I mean, this turns on Metalcraft, but what are the odds that he names anything I care about? They're very low. He'll probably name Misty Rainforest. Boseiju Hoonders. Okay, that's pretty. I don't care, but that's also a good name. But I can play it as a land, so, you know, heck it. And then next turn, we could potentially go for a Living End. The thing is, if we go for a Living End next turn, well, he's not going to have any. He doesn't have the. He does. He can make the construct, so he can post Living End and make a construct. Going to Windcaller Aven. He should have named that one with Pithing Needle. So he can. I'm going to go get green red, I believe. No, blue red. Steam Vents. Oh, but that one's not a swamp. Wait, what did I get? What did I do? That's a Windswept Heath. All right, so I've got to get green red, Stomping Ground. Yes, I'll pay 2. Cycle the troll. I think I'll just get a basic swamp. No, I need to get... I don't really need to get a basic swamp anymore. Or I don't need to get a white land anymore. I can pitch Ardent Plea to force. I'm going to get Watery Grave. I'll pay 2. And I'll try to give myself an extra turn here. Remember, I also have Force of Negation if anything gets too out of hand. I can also just ditch Ardent Plea if I don't get anything better. Yes, use the ability. Well, I like those even less. But Wooded Foothills can get white. Yeah, I'll just pitch Fire Ice. Might need multiple Cascades here. Also, like, from his perspective, what are the odds I actually have my combo? Not good. And see, this is what I'm talking about. These constructs are going to be massive. And so by doing it this way, like if I Living End into this turn, he could make 2 massive constructs, but now I get them both with Living End. He can go get like Soul Guide Lantern, I guess. Or Relic. I guess I didn't think about that, but at least I board wipe. Yeah, there's Relic. And he's got the mana for it. I will block. This at least kills his, the Living End here kills his creatures. And then I can set up for a future one. Cycler here would be big. How much does that cost? 7. Can't do that. Land. Green. Blue. So this at least clears out those constructs, even though he's going to get more of them. I have Leyline. There's no reason to do this now. Oh well. My mistake. You know, I'm playing with a lot of cards here. It's hard to remember what they all do. Cast it. He could have Force of Negation for this. He does not. Alright, this gives us a creature. So, future Demonic Dreads are live, even though they will be anyway, probably. Alright, I promise. The next spell I cast it as if it had flash. 2 of my 3 cards are instant anyway. And I'll use this Wooded Foothills to go get a Plains of some sort. Probably the Parlor. Academy Ruins, but target artifact. Okay. The Underworld Cookbook. This deck likes to bring in the giant artifact thing. Alright, I'm going to force that. I'm just going to pitch Ardent Plea. Screw it. Yeah, I mean, technically, that kind of defeats the purpose of having Ardent Plea, but there's other cards in my deck I can draw. So I'll get the Parlor. Yeah. I want to Surveil here. Graveyard. 1, 2, Mox Opal, Altamac. That's pretty good. And I need to do this now so that I can play the land. Yeah, that's fine. Altamac being in our graveyard also unlocks a hidden combo that's not going to come up in up. But if your opponent plays a Bowmaster and decides to target the Altamac to try to deck you, I'm not going to attack. Because he can make the artifact. If the opponent tries to deck you with Altamac triggers, you can Solitude your own Altamac, prevent it. And then you have a massive hand. And I mean massive in this deck. And then you discard it to hand size. But he's going to make another construct. I'm going to tap this one and draw a card. This game's going well for our opponent. It would be very unfortunate for him if I got a really lucky top deck and won anyway. I've got a couple draws here. Next turn they both, like, I'm going to do it now. I can't really explain it other than just the faster I spend my mana, I think the better. Alright, there's a Gifts. Is that threatening? If I draw a land here, okay, I really got to make sure I use that as if it had flash. Okay, there's a land. So if I go Gifts for, let's see. He doesn't have Chalice in play. I'll wait to see what he does on his turn. Without Chalice, my Cascaders are still live. My graveyard's not great, but I could at least board wipe. But I think I want to use Gifts Ungiven to try to set up a Scape Shift plan. If I have time. Wish I was playing the main deck Creeping Corrosion. Not that he would give it to me. But so I've got a couple options here. I'm going to chump block, obviously. And then Conduit of Worlds may play on cards from your graveyard. Okay, whatever. We exiled his Chalice. So I think oh, he's not at 18, so Scape Shift doesn't do it yet. We block. Okay, so I have to Gifts Ungiven. And then the question is, what do I get? My graveyard has 2 creatures. That's probably not good enough to win. I have 2 fetch lands in my deck also. If our opponent had 1 fewer life total, we could set up Scape Shift. But being as things are, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to think. There's probably a win in here somewhere, but all I'm really feeling right now is a value pile for things that bounce these artifacts. And I can't destroy them because of Welding Jar. I did not play the Creeping Corrosion. I should have played the Creeping Corrosion, but I didn't. It wouldn't actually help anyway, because he has Welding Jar. So it's a good thing I didn't. So what I want to get is 4 cards that no matter what allow me to bounce 2 permanents. So that is Sky Turtle. I'm going to wait for a minute here. Yeah, all these clicks take like a minute. It's really obnoxious. All right, there's one. The second one is Teferi. There's 2. I can't use Beseiju. And Night of Autumn will get countered by a Welding Jar. It does provide a chump blocker, which gives me some more time. So that Welding Jar in combination with Pithing Needle is quite strong. Is the third one Shardless Agent? It could be Otawara. That's 4 mana, though. Boom Bust, I think, or Dead Gone. Yeah. Third one is Dead Gone. Maybe I have too many Dead Gones and I should have just one of them. All right. I'm going to wait for Dead Gone to turn green. Another option I have is just to put the combo in my graveyard and then try to use these 2 Surveils to set up a Cascade, but that's just not good odds. This guarantees I can do something. And I did click. I'm waiting for it to turn. There we go. The suspense. And then we don't have any time for Battle of Wits. So the last one I want is Moonblessed Cleric is too slow. So the last card I want, is it Bring to Light? Because if he gives me Bring to Light, yeah, I think the 4th one I get is Bring to Light. I was thinking Shardless Agent, but if he gives me Bring to Light, I can go get a Shardless Agent. Yeah, okay. Because of Sky Turtle, really he only gets to discard one of them unless he picks Sky Turtle. So I've clicked on 4 cards, now I just have to wait for Magic Online to realize it. All right. And so far we spent over 10 minutes this game, mostly because of the slow client. If our opponent had 1 fewer life point, we'd be getting in there. I'm going to be a little bit salty if I see a Cascade spell with these 2 fetches that I have. Because I could have just got the infinite combo, put it in my graveyard and won. Well, no, because he's got the Underworld Cookbook, but he needs Asmaran or whatever to discard to kill stuff. Or to sack foods. And he would need 2 foods. Okay, well. We'll see what happens here. Sorry about this, how slow it is. I can't do anything else about Magic Online. All right, gives us Boom Bust. Or not, I keep calling it Boom Bust. It's dead gone. You know what I mean? Are these like fart clouds on this card? All right, Surveil lands. I'm going to get some non-mountain Surveil lands. Hedge Maze. Yeah. Surveil. Card. I'm going to get another Surveil land. I don't care if it's a mountain or not, actually. It doesn't matter. Let's get Archive. Sure, whatever. Yep, alright. I don't want either of those. If this final spell that we draw... There's Street Wraith. I'll risk it for some biscuit. And there's a Subtlety. We don't have enough mana for that now. What all's in my graveyard? We have to... Opponent was smart. Well, actually, they gave us the Sky Turtle, which, if we had more time, could be any card in our graveyard. But instead, we're just going to go to combat, bounce both their creatures. Yep. See if they remember to attack. I've definitely lost games because Magic Online froze, then registered an extra priority pass. Alright, which one is which? Dead? No, I want to cast Gone. Red. Gone. You gone. This only buys us a turn. What is he doing? If he has a counter spell, we lose. Is he worrying? Okay, we're for 3. I guess before he can do anything else. Bounce the other one. Alright, do your worst. I don't know what he's going for. Probably, for 3. What does he want? Spellskite? He redirects to Spellskite. Okay. Good play. Okay, does this justify changing our plan? I guess, yeah. I'll try it. Kataki. He's going to bring in, I think, the expensive guy. So I'll take out Living End, Living End, Living End. And I think that's it. And Oofy, I guess. No, I want to leave Oofy in my deck. All right, it's just going to be a total Christmas present what we get when we cascade in this game. Got to remember that. Not guaranteed to get anything. But I kind of like that in the face of Chalice of the Void. Actually, you know what? I'm taking these out. I'm putting in Oofy, Escape Shift, Submit. I don't want to depend on Chalice at all. I'll leave a Resurgent Belief in, though. I couldn't explain why. I have to leave a card in. I don't want to bring in Dismember because the artifacts are too large and it's too painful. Yes, play first. Gosh, Urza's Saga is a ridiculous card. Scion of Draco, I will keep. There's a turn 2 Scion. And we'll archive. I think I'm just looking for lands. That's a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I don't know if that's good enough. I want lands. That's also sick with our Resurgent Belief. That we have one of in our 236 card deck. Reveal it. And a Relic. Well, the truth is I don't really care. I'll make it look like I do. Alright, it resolves. Okay, Blooding Jar, once again, don't care. Hopefully no mocks. Alright, can we win 2 games in 11 minutes? There's a Wish. We could potentially melt down with that on a future turn. Oh yes, that could be a great meltdown. The greatest. Folks, trust me, you're going to love our meltdowns. Land would be huge. That's a Teferi. That's not the worst. If I draw a land here, I can bounce Urza's Saga. Land. Alright, whatever. Land would be swell. That's kind of land. So I can at least Ion here. I'm going to go get a green-red. No, I can get anything. It doesn't matter. I can just get a basic mountain. This only costs 2. That at least might give him something to do. Wish I could have used Teferi to bounce that Urza Saga. Ha! I wish I could have used Teferi. Get it? I didn't get that until I said it and then thought about it. So there's enough mana to start making constructs. First strike, hexproof, lifelink. All right, I have a lifelink vigilance flyer, which is very good on this board state. Am I enough of a boss to just Riverwinder into a land? I don't think I am. I'm in fact not anybody's boss. Going to cast Teferi. Oh, blue. That might have cost me the game. That time, right there. Don't care. Bounce Urza Saga. And I'm not F6 in here because I might draw a land. He makes the huge construct. Boom, land. I'll pay the 2 so I can cycle. And actually, I'm just going to cycle now. No. Because I want that pass equity. Alright, nice. I will let Teferi meet his demise. I want to keep this Scion alive. It has hexproof, so good luck to him ever getting rid of it. He attacks Teferi wisely. If I ever want that back bad enough, I can get it with Sky Turtle. So Meltdown, it would cost 5 total to get all the artifacts 1 or less. I think that's what I want to do. And the reason is because that might prompt a which I need. I don't want to have to search my library this game. Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. Well, there's a reason to not Meltdown yet. It would cost 7 mana to Meltdown. I think I just want to cast that. Red, red, red. Boom, boom. This thing is all colors, right? What? You saw that? Okay, you saw that. Kiki started to attack, and then it logged an old button press. Oh my gosh, I hate this program. It started to attack. Oh. At least I can block. Well, actually, yeah, because it has... So if... I mean, he can't attack. The creature just can't attack, period. He goes up to 5 cards. He's got to empty his hand here. And then if he ever taps all the way out, I can Sky Troll Teferi back and bounce Ensnaring Bridge. They should have given Ensnaring Bridge if this card is not tapped clause. Like they used to. If he taps all of his mana, end of turn, Ancient Stirring's fine. Mox Opal, so he can cast that. If he just makes the artifact, then I can Meltdown for a big one. How does this work? They're all just islands. Okay, so I've got blue, 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 red, red, red. All right. Funnily enough, I can fire that. Like Donald Trump, you're fired. I think that if they had not canceled The Apprentice, Donald Trump wouldn't have ever been run for president. All right. What I'm going to do is fire this now. Done. Red, red. That opens up the rest relic, fine. And now he doesn't have any mana. So now I can get back to Fairy. Right? Yeah, he's got no mana. This costs mana. And he's got 3 cards in hand, so still can't attack with Kiki Jiki. I mean, I could attack, but I don't want to. As long as I melt down for less than 12, I'm good. It's really a shame about the search feature in this deck. Otherwise, I think I could actually win. There goes my graveyard. Whatever. Goodbye. Don't make me do things. I can Teferi bounce that. Not that it matters. I'm going to cycle. Fontaine. Yes, pay the 2. Oh, nice. Now we've got mountains. Yes. Oh my gosh. Why would I not? Now I can get another mountain. Yes. 4 cards in hand. Make a copy. He's got to spend a card. No, I should have used Teferi. Oh well, whatever. Where? He can go get Witchbane Orb. That would actually get me here pretty good. Stylix. Okay. Teferi. That was bad play. I'm a little bit tilted by the clock. Champion of Wits. Use the ability. Yes. I'm just gonna go for a. I'm not gonna wish anymore. I'm just gonna go for a lands kill. I don't have time. I don't have time to search my library. Sorry. I think it'll be faster to draw the lands than it will be to. And I can also bounce Ensnaring Bridge here with Teferi. I think it'd be faster. If nothing goes my way the rest of the game, I think I got a better chance of killing him with Valakut than I do searching my library. It's really unfortunate that Magic Online can't handle this program. I don't think it's my computer. I think it's Magic Online. Because I can run Arena just fine. I can run all the other things I do. I don't have a super powerful computer, but like 1997. Should be able to run it. But maybe that's the problem. The game's from 1997 and it hasn't been updated since. Next turn, I have Bounce and Snaring Bridge. Make 2 Scions and attack. Yeah, Relic, fine. Mopal, fine. You forgot to spend your mana. 3 cards in hand. Watery Grave. No. Valakut. Target him. Okay. Yes. Bounce. The snaring bridge. Okay. Make a copy. Scion. Attack for lethal. All right. We got 4 minutes and 33 seconds to win the next game. Maybe we can do it with Battle of Wits. Let me think for a sec. What do I want to do? I don't think I can use their own Kappa Cannoneer against them. I don't think I'll have enough artifacts to trigger that. So I think I just resubmit. I'm going for the cheese out win of discard Battle of Wits, cast Resurgent Belief. It's one of the few ways I can win fast enough. Keep, snap keep. That could actually win. That Wood of the Hills has to get a white land. Blue-white. Can I get a blue-white-red? I think I have a blue-white-red. Not going to count on winning with Scape Shift. Keep. We start by F6ing. I don't have any forces. There's Asturian's opponent went to 5. This is doable. All right, we're not searching our library for more than one card at a time. Because it seems to be when you search for multiple cards, that's what does it. Like when I was searching with Gifts Ungiven, it took forever. But I've noticed my fetches have been pretty smooth. And also Moonblessed Cleric has been pretty fast also. Okay. Why was it costing me time when I F6'd? Wooded Footy. Search for a blue, white, red land. No. I need, Alright, I don't have any white triumphs. I forgot. Alright, whatever. Still F6ing. I have a lot of fetch lands in my deck, so yeah, I should have gotten a white land there. Guys, I'm stressed on time. Sorry. Opponent casts Profane Tutor. That doesn't do anything. Land would be huge. Just any land. Collector Oof? Yes. 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 That's a win condition. Unfortunately, he has 2 non-artifact lands in play. And I can use this to try to cycle next turn. I can use the ice. Not a great use of that card, but better than nothing. Okay, that can't activate its abilities, but it can block. If I draw land naturally, I'll attack into that, and then... Do I even fire it? Do I even care? Land. Oh, darn it. Alright. Cast Ice. Try to draw a land. Not good. Alright, mash the 6. Game's still winnable if we hit some lands. Our opponent mulliganed to 5. If we were going to win a game, it's going to involve a mulligan to 5. Maybe I should have mulliganed this hand as soon as I saw Scape Shift. But I saw 2 lands, and it's like, there's cards in your deck for a reason. Also, a land here is also our 4th land with Sky Turtle. Opponent has nothing to do. Land. Come on, Magic Online. That's a solid 2. That's... whatever. Gonna get rid of that so I can attack. He doesn't have an Urza Saga. So I have to make my moves quickly, whatever they are. This is still doable if we draw lands. If I draw land, I'm going to go Champion of Wits to try to draw more. Being the Scion and the Leyline. That's a slow win condition. No, never mind. It just becomes it. Shoot. Should not have pitched the Cascader. Darn it. He doesn't attack. Because he doesn't want to lose his Planeswalker. Understandable. Have a nice day. Discard. Doing the only thing I can. Attack Tezzeret. And we can force pitch Leyline if he does anything. That can't activate its abilities. Don't care. Anything I can force here. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, don't wait for my turn. You know you don't want to wait. Land. We have to draw lands eventually. Not like this. Opponent has 1 card in hand. Why is our clock spinning? Alright. I have F6'd. Don't ask if I want to do anything, Magic Online. I already told you the answer. He drew a land for turn. Draw land. Can't cast it. Guys, this is so unfortunate. I think we could have won the game by now if we just drew like 1 more land. He can sack for an artifact. and prevent me from attacking. I don't think I was going to win the game by attacking anyway. Oh, he just gets a welding jar. Conduit of, wait, what Conduit of Worlds? I don't know what that does. I don't even care what it does. My feelings are already hurt. Okay. He can play lands from his graveyard. Not the scariest. I just would have gotten a Snaring Bridge if I was him. Alright, land here. We're still live to a land. We're so back if we get a land. Whatever. Oh my gosh. Cancel. I was just so ready to click on a land. Alright, now I think we might be out of time. If he plays some wussy creature, I guess I boom it. Or dead. You know what I mean. Okay, he drew another land. Alright. I don't care what he names. Land. Friggin' Night of Autism. What is wrong with this game? Discard that. I think if I draw a land, I'll just play Knight. And try to attack with it. What on earth is wrong with this game? This is the most cursed thing that's ever happened. Discard the colorless card. Okay. He's gaining too much life with that. Alright, if I draw a land here and I can cast Night of Autumn, I'm just going to do that and make it big. This is so incredibly tragic. Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, well, white land and I can Night of Autumn kill the Ensnaring Bridge. No, I can't because he has... Ugh. Yeah, there's the bridge. White land would also be cool with Kataki. It would make him start paying for all his artifacts. Alright. Ditch Scape Shift. Guys, this is so depressing. So land next turn, I can Ardent Plea, then I can Night of Autism and maybe one-shot him. Alright. You guys saw how much BS that was. I'm counting that as a win. We're 2-1. 2-2. Alright, final round. Alright, we're here, round 5, Living Battle of Wits. We're 1-3. Really, it feels more like a 2-2. Could have easily won it. So this is a bit of a risky keep, but I'm going to keep it. Lorien Revealed plus Windcaller. Plus, if I get a third land, I can Kiora and go digging for more stuff. I've got a Subtle to protect myself. And hopefully we don't get mana hacked again like we did the last game. Don't need that. In hindsight, I should have got a I should have put the Esper Triumph in my deck. That would cast both of these cards. With the help of other lands, obviously. Alright, Noob Taco is our name of the name of our opponent. I let that resolve, I should not have, but the first one's not the most threatening. It's the second creature that gets the party started. So I'm going to start by cycling. the more expensive creature. In case something weird happens, yeah, I'll give that flying. Shoot, that was dumb. I forgot that card had that ability. All right, nice. I can Island Cycle with Lorien Revealed to go get an Ardent Plea, or a land for Ardent Plea. And then I can also pitch this Subtlety. Probably pitching the Curator. He doesn't have a follow-up creature. Might be holding up Orange Chant. Okay. Goes and gets a Blood Crypt, so he's Mardu. For an Ajani. I'm going to... Well, actually... Yeah, I can get all these next turn. So... I'm going to Island Cycle. I can take out the Ajani in one fell swoop next turn. I need to get a white... I need to get Hollowed Fountain. There it is, Hollowed Fountain. Okay. Street Wraith would be pretty sweet. He should have done that before combat. He would have had enough energy to pump his Guide of Souls. And I'm not going to give him the chance to kill his own cat token. Street Wraith would be great. I'll have to pay 2 life and do this. Do I want to ditch one of these cards to get a Subtlety? Next turn, if he has a Flage, and I pitch the Subtlety, he just kills the Subtlety with Flage, whereas I can get the Flage, prevent a trigger. So I think I'm fine cascading with the graveyard that I have. This is a clean answer to Ajani, and it gives me 2 creatures in play. Hopefully he's not paying attention to the size of our deck or the cards that we exiled. I only get 1 creature. That, for some reason, I thought I had 2 creatures in my bin. That was dubious. Next turn, I'll Subtlety pitch Curator. If he goes for Flage. Actually, if he goes for Flage, I might just let it happen. There's Flage. Do I care? I'm going to play this slow. I'm going to let that happen. Because now what I can do, this Prismatic Vista will not allow me to cast Demonic Drake because I need black and red. So that can go away. I'll hold up Subtlety. And then if he's going to unearth the Flage, then he's going to get rid of those creatures in his graveyard, I think. Prismatic Vista. And pass. I should go for Kiora, try to find a way to Battle of Wits, but I kind of like having this Subtlety to counter a creature spell here. Like, hard counter it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I already talked about it. He could have another Flage in hand, but that's just the risk we're taking. I'll get Mountain since I already drew Swamp. Hardcast Subtlety. And next turn, our whole deck is live. Good news is we're not going to time out against this opponent, I bet. Energy games tend to go pretty quick in terms of turns. Because they can kill you out of left field. Yeah, there's a discharge. That's fine. I think I want to let him unearth before I Demonic Dread. There's a Sky Turtle. Does that do anything for me? Not at the moment. Let's see what I can bin here. Drawing a card with Curator is not hugely relevant. I like those better. So I'll put back I don't think I have a green-black swamp. I'll ditch. Well, either way. Swamp and Curator. Dubious play. Do I have a green-black swamp? Swamp Forest Island, that's what I want. Play. And now if I get to attack with that Kiora, I get that token, which is pretty big. Flage requires him to exile 5 other cards, so he'll have to get, as it stands, both of his creatures. And then, at that point, if I Demonic Dread, Raven Charm. Okay, exile my graveyard. I don't think I would have done that when you did that. It does slow down the Kiora, though. So, I suppose. Also, I've somehow spent 5 minutes this game already. Yeah, I got nothing here. Do your worst. He leaves a Johnny. That's smart of him. He's going to take out Kiora. Okay. Well, at least that's a Kiora gone in my graveyard, so I'll get it back. Problem is, a Johnny ends games really fast, but he only has 2 cards in hand. These Planeswalkers they printed in Modern Horizon 3 are kind of laughable. You all know what laughter sounds like. I'm not going to do it. Well, that was a bad draw. You've been a bad draw. Okay. That's my swamp. That's my mountain. So I have to tap these 3. For a champion. Ugh. It's his turn. Where did the line come from? Wait, how did it go to my... What happened? What happened to my turn? What? The game just ate my turn. Okay, I guess I lose. Oh, wait, no, I have Sky Turtle, but whatever. That was so... The game just ate my turn. I drew the ley line, and then I thought about what I'm going to do, and then it was just my opponent's attack step. What the hell? Oh my gosh, that's frustrating. I don't have any sideboard for this. Guys, what on earth was that? I'll watch that back later. I might submit for reimbursement. Like, what the heck? I don't think anything I have is good against him. Jeez. There's a Living End and a pretty much useless Mystical Dispute. I do have 3 lands, so I'll keep. I mean, maybe I pressed 1, but I don't think I pressed it enough times to go all the way through my entire turn. Like, is there a button you can press that just passes the next turn? That made no sense at all. Maybe it's too late. Maybe I'm just smoking crack. I mean, I am smoking crack. Not like really, but you know what I mean. Metaphorical crack. I'm just going to do the classic hedge maze. When I don't know what to do, I get hedge maze. Graveyard. Opponent kept 7 as well. A little bit unlucky. Drawing a land would be nice. There's a land. Do nothing. I think I'll get Raucous Theater with that Wooded Foothills. Do they have 1 land? If they have 1 land, then they kept Orange Chant. Undoubtedly. No, they don't. They have 2 lands. Thoughtseize. Okay. Forest Cycle. I'll just get the forest that makes those colors. Yeah, sure. And then I will Surveil. I think with a, like I already said earlier, with the black-red one, Raucous Theater. Raucous Theater. Where is it? There it is. Graveyard. Alright, maybe he'll misclick. He takes Charlotte's Agent. Most likely. Has the chant, maybe he'll take Endurance. Now he takes Charlotte's Agent. That makes sense. Ocelot's Pride. Double trigger. Cascade Spell here wouldn't even do it because I got a tap land. Okay. There. Let's see if he remembers I have Endurance. He can Thraben Charm it, but then if he does that, I'm live to draw a Cascade Spell. I mean, 11 out of 219 sounds pretty good to me. Alright, I'm not passing. Priority. Don't skip my block step. Attack. I'm a little bit tilted still from the last game. I think I could have got a 3-2 out of this league. Go to block. Block the cat. He doesn't have the chant. I guess he could have had it, but he didn't. So if he's going to play this slowly, I'm going to try to hardcast Lorien. Especially now that I drew Glass Dust Hulk. Let's... Okay, Force Negation, not bad. I can discard this useless Mystical Dispute. No attacks. Hopefully no Ajani's. I think if he had an Ajani, he would have played it last turn. Hopefully he casts some awesome non-creature spell here. Draven Charm. Yeah, exile the graveyard, whatever. Honestly, I think killing Endurance might have been better. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know about Force of Negation. I think he knows about the rest of our hand. There's a Johnny. One mana short of countering it. When a cat dies, I mean, he does so much damage when a cat dies. I have to take it. It deals less damage. What can I even do? I don't think I Island Cycle. I think I can survive another turn if I don't kill any cats. Ugh. That's too slow. But, I don't know, maybe he'll mess up. Problem is, I have to get a white island. So I have to get Hallowed Fountain. Play 2. Yeah, this is just too much damage. I think I want to put Ardent Plea on top. I don't have time to win with battle. Yes. Could gain 2 life. I don't have enough time to win with battle because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't block any of it or else the Johnny kills me, so I can only take 1 more combat. So I have to get Ardent Plea. I cannot block anything or attack. If he somehow casts a blue spell, I can maybe counter it. So I go to 2 here, and then I'm dead to Bolt or Flage. No, I'm not dead to Lightning Bolt, unless he does it on my turn. Alright, he didn't do anything. He drew a land. He didn't attack with the Johnny either, obviously. If I block, I lose to a Johnny. The 2 mana plan... Like, remember when the joke was that 2 mana Planeswalkers had to be, like, Tibble? Yes. So, unfortunately, the legend rule, it's not a sacrifice, but it is a death. So the cat died. Opponent is lame. I mean, I'm sure they're a fine person, but I mean, why would you play this deck when you could play my deck? I don't get it. Wait, he put the counters on the cats? Okay, never mind. He's not lame. He's cool. This guy's cool. This guy's really cool. Well, not really, but... So we start by attacking everything at a Johnny. Maybe he'll let it die. Okay, he doesn't. Gosh. Okay, I've learned some lessons for the next league. I'm going to take one of the living ends out. I'm going to put Search for Tomorrow in. This at least slows him down. Unless I hit Resurgent Belief. But I mean, there's only a 1 in 4 chance of that. 1 in 4 is pretty much impossible. Opponent takes their time thinking about a lot of things. Anything besides this game. He gets to see our deck. And we have a blue spell covered. Actually, if he... Alright, well, he gets back. Yeah, and then we just lose. Okay. Alright, good games. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that. I might do another league to try to prove that I can win 2 matches. And I didn't win any chests, so you don't get to see my chests.